Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. 2027 has come to an end in the Seattle Mariners franchise. Ended up sweeping the Angels to finish the year. They made a run at the offseason. I think they're actually a wild card team. They looked like they were going to win the division for a while, but we got hot. I did want to go through... I wanted to go through league leaders here. Starting it off with batting average, Julio Rodriguez hits .338 this year. Really, when you look at it, you know, the contact went up a bunch and the power came down. This is what he finished the year with: 39 doubles, 12 triples, 31 homers, 95 driven in, 338, 403, 607. Gives him 1,010 OPS. Right in line with what he's done before. The 338 batting average, there's no way that ever happens again. But anyway, there you go. So Julio Rodriguez adds a batting title to his resume there. And he also led the league in hits with 196. Nobody had 200 hits this year, just kind of weird. But he's right in there, so that's cool. J.P. Crawford, 51 doubles this year, and he's going into a walk year. We're not going to bring him back. We're not going to have a offense-first shortstop. You can see his defense is falling off a cliff. His durability is going down. Bat skills are still there, though. Plate skills are still good. He hits for good contact. But he ends up being the league leader in doubles, right in front of Jarren Duran, who is an absolute dog, by the way. He's had some crazy years. You look at the seasons he's been having. He had a really nice year, but okay. Triples, Julio Rodriguez leads the league in triples in front of Jackson Holliday and Tommy Edman. So that's pretty exciting. You can see that he adds the batting title in 2027 to his resume. Quite a year for the young outfielder. He's 26. Home runs, no surprise, Aaron Judge. He's won the home run title a ton. You can see he's got 434 home runs. Cal Raleigh, third consecutive 40 home run season for him. Continues to be outstanding. You can see ever since 2025, he has not had a season with less than 40 home runs and less than 110 RBI. So it turned out pretty good for him. 801 OPS is what he finished with, so that's pretty good. And he's still under contract for a while. RBIs, Brian Reynolds finished with 135 RBIs, which is a ton. Runs, Julio just behind Ha-Seong Kim. On base percentage, Julio Rodriguez finished second in the AL on base percentage, tied with Aaron Judge. So really big step forward in that department. You can see he drew almost 15 more walks than normal. I can't imagine he'll repeat that. I'm imagining we'll fall back towards this 289 or 317 with 40 home runs next year. I think that's probably what's going to happen. But it is nice to see the contact come up. He's a great hitter. Slugging percentage, Judge, Jordan, and Julio. Makes sense. OPS, same thing. Go to the pitching side of things here. We didn't have a lot of guys who won a ton of games. Luis Castillo won 17. He had a good year. Hader led the league in saves. Bryce Miller led all of Major League Baseball in ERA and doesn't win the Cy Young this year, unfortunately. But he was an all-star. 16-5 with a 2.54, 202 innings pitched, 205 strikeouts. So a 200-inning, 200 strikeout year, that's always a good indication that you're a dog. Not a lot of home runs given up by these boys. Kirby actually finished the year pretty strong despite having a rough year. Shutouts there. Logan Gilbert ended up with 2 shutouts. He kind of quietly had a great year as well. Dylan Cease led the league in strikeouts. And then you can see these 3 guys, Castillo, Kirby, and Miller all in there. There's Gilbert. So that's good to see. Gilbert, 211 innings pitched. Walks allowed. Not a lot of walks. And there's the whip. A lot of good pitching. Logan Gilbert actually leads the league in pitching WAR. Him, Kirby, and Miller, all 3 of them were the top 3 pitchers according to wins above replacement. So that's a good sign. And then, of course, Castillo's in there as well. And Julio Rodriguez, 9.8 batting WAR. The crazy thing about that is he's had pretty much back-to-back 10-win seasons. He had 10 last year, 9.8 this year. I mean, I don't know what more to say about the walk rate. Going up 2% is nice, but the AB per home runs was down, one of the lowest of his career, but we would expect that to come back. We are playing on a World Series hangover, so okay. So that does it for the counting stats. Now let's take a look at the awards. here in the AL. Aaron Judge wins the MVP once again. It looks like he's got, how many MVPs does he have? 3 MVPs. He won them back-to-back. You can just see he's a dog. I mean, there's just not much. Best player in baseball. Cy Young. Zach Allen gets the Cy Young ahead of Bryce Miller and Luis Castillo. I feel like they got snubbed. Julio Rodriguez won the batting title, which is exciting. Hitting .338, which is crazy. Hater there. Bernardo Sanchez, Rookie of the Year. Well-deserved. This guy is insane. He had a great year. Going to be a Hall of Famer, I think. I don't see any way around it. Going to be one of the best players in baseball. Moving on down the line. Gold Gloves. Heim. Nathaniel Lowe. Lux wins a Gold Glove. That's interesting. Paredes. That's kind of crazy. Gunnar. Varsho. Kwan. Yeah, Isbell beats out Julio Rodriguez somehow. I don't know how. I really don't know how. But whatever. Fletcher O'Neill, Lane Thomas. Cal Raleigh gets the Silver Slugger as the DH. He's won it 3 seasons in a row. So he's a 3-time Silver Slugger. Guy that hits a lot of bombs. He's been great. And then Rutschman Davis and Yainer Diaz there for the Silver Slugger Catcher Award. No surprise with Rutsch. Rutsch is going into a contract year. Interesting for sure. Great hitter. Let's see. Silver Slugger. So Nathaniel Lowe won a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger this year. That's crazy. And he was the All-Star Game MVP. So he's kind of added to his resume a little bit. McNeil, Torres. Look at Devers here, dude. 307, 41 bombs. Holy. He's finally coming into his own. That's quite a year. Seager wins the Silver Slugger there. And somehow Julio Rodriguez hits .338 with 31 bombs and does not win a Silver Slugger. I just can't believe it. That's the first year in his career he hasn't won a Silver Slugger. But he won the batting title this year, so I think we can give him a pass on that. Was an All-Star, obviously. 6 straight All-Star appearances for Julio as he continues his Hall of Fame track. Okay, that's it for that. And like I said, here's the playoff bracket. Can I make this bigger? Maybe not. So you can see we'll be playing Boston, and the winner of this series will head to Minnesota, and then Houston and LA will be playing, and they will be taking on Baltimore. So no Yankees in the playoffs this year, no Rangers, no Guardians, no Tigers, so kind of an interesting situation there. And then on the NL side of things, Dodgers and Arizona will be heading to play the Giants, who are much improved. The Giants have really turned their franchise around. They were top in the NL, and then St. Louis with the Phillies and Milwaukee. Just wanted to show you some of these rosters here. So the Orioles, who were the top team in the American League. Gunnar Henderson, obviously a big part of that. He's only got 1 year left of arbitration. You see what he did. No surprise that he was top dog. Guy hits nukes. Jose Alvarado, great piece for them. And then Adley Rutschman. So they're strong up the middle, man. They've got great bullpen, great shortstop, great catcher. And then, yeah, starting pitching. Look at these 3 guys. Rodriguez, Peralta, and Bradish. Tommy Edman, patrolling center out there. Great defense. Jackson Holiday up to an 86. I think he was playing some second base this year. So you can see that the team itself is very, very well-rounded. So no surprise that they ended up where they are. They have Brenton Doyle now, too. Boy. I also want to look at the Minnesota Twins, who from the beginning of the year, I knew they were going to be one of the best teams in the AL. Zach Allen, of course, the Cy Young Award winner. Royce Lewis had quite a year. Missed a few games, but ended up hitting .311 with 39 doubles, 28 bombs, 909 OPS. Johan Duran is the closer. Freddie Fermin, coming over from Kansas City, put up a great year. Absolutely awesome year. 277, 19 homers, catching for him. Great defender. Chris Paddock. Zach Neto was a nice piece that they brought on. Developed a ton of pop. against lefties, so that's exciting for them. Joe Ryan, Steven Kwan, Lopez. So you can kind of see a lot of depth with this team. They even added Joey Gallo to come in and hit some nukes for him. He'll be a free agent next year. I don't know if that's going to be something we look at. Might be. Bring in a bunch of pop. I don't know. We'll have to see if that would work out. Walter Jenkins, Trey Sweeney. So you can just see a lot of depth there. And then if we look over the Giants, this is a pretty fascinating one. You look at the moves they've made. Vlad Guerrero Jr. was the guy that they signed last offseason. He's 99 overall. No surprise there. He went absolutely crazy. 40-40 season while hitting 308, 1007 OPS. Logan Webb, unfortunately, had shoulder inflammation. He's not on the playoff roster right now, but he'll be back. Of course, he's great. We know that. Camilo Duvall. Kirk ended up becoming one of the best players in baseball all of a sudden. We didn't know that this was going to happen. 89 overall, 99 plate vision, which is crazy, and then he hits rockets, dude. He hit 293, 21 bombs. Great defender. Snell, of course, Patrick Sandoval, and then Jordan Hicks. They did add Nolan Schanuel from the Angels, who's actually, at age 25, developed into quite a ball player. You can see he drew 81 walks, but 39 doubles, 33 bombs while hitting 315. 919 OPS. Disgusting year. Patrick Bailey's still in there. Oh, Kerry Carpenter. Man. Yeah, they got some guys. They made some runs at it, boy. They got young talent, too. Look at all these guys, man. There's Trevor Story doing his thing. Yeah. That's terrifying, bro. What a great team. What a great team the Giants have become. And then I did want to show you guys St. Louis as well. Nolan Gorman's been the main guy here for St. Louis. Been a 40 home run guy. I think he won an MVP in there too. No. Won a Silver Slugger and was the home run champion. Still got a couple years, or I guess 1 year of arbitration left. I imagine he gets extended. He's been ridiculous. I mean, he's been unbelievable, probably carrying this offense, and their move that they made for O'Neal Cruz has paid off pretty well too. 39 home run year for him. A lot to like there. Tariq Skubal ended up on the Cardinals. He's under contract till 2032. Shane Bieber also. So you can see these teams have insane pitching. Jeff Hoffman's a nice piece. We used to have him, if you remember. Newt Bar's developed really nice. I mean, you got Gorman, O'Neal Cruz, and Newt Bar. Brendan Donovan's a nice piece. David Fry playing some third base. He's turned out pretty nice. Nice right-handed bat. Mason Wynn, of course. Absolute dog of a shortstop. Lot of good things with this St. Louis team. Doesn't surprise me at all that they're where they are. So, a lot of really good teams. The top two teams in each league are absolutely insane. We're going to be going up against Boston. Like I said, I'll show you their roster. We've played them a good amount this year. I had a couple of videos. But you know the deal. Devers, Ha-Sung Kim, and Jarren Duran have all been great pieces for them. Really good, well-rounded team. You can see that these five guys right here, all in the lineup every day. Good mix of righties and lefties, right? Like there's no hiding from the Red Sox. Of course, you've got Rafael Devers. We all know the story with him. Ha-Sung Kim was a great signing. Okay, great defender. Once again, strong up the middle. Him and Jarren Duran holding it down. Jarren Duran, of course, one of my favorite players in baseball. Absolute dog. Gleyber Torres, another great right-handed bat. And then Brian Reynolds, switch hitter, had an unbelievable year, won Silver Slugger. Scary team. Good news about Boston, they do not have the starting pitching depth that you see with some of these other top teams. They do have Tanner Houck and Yuki Matsui. Neither of these guys really scare me that much. They're solid, but Brian Wu does scare me a little bit. Obviously, we ended up moving him. He's going to be a free agent soon. He wasn't able to stay healthy for us, and we did need some depth in our minor leagues. Jeff McNeil is a great piece. And you got Piamps, Bayo, Cedric Mullins, and then Kyle Teal. So the Red Sox not quite as scary when it comes to their pitching staff as some of these other teams. We're going to have to hit in order to beat these guys. But you can see coming up, you got Boston, Kirby, Gilbert, and then I think it's going to be Castillo there. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the playoffs. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.